Welcome to Madagascar, the movie where 4 zoo animals escape New York and instantly become unhinged. You've got a lion who thinks he's a celebrity, a zebra going through a midlife crisis, a giraffe who's one sneeze away from death, and penguins who operate like they're running an underground criminal empire. Anyway, let's jump straight into the chaos before Alex starts hallucinating steaks again. So the movie starts with the zebra, running through the lush environment in Africa, but then suddenly Alex interrupts him, as he was just hallucinating on his treadmill. They are at the New York Zoo, where other animals live their best pampered influencer lives. Today it's Marty, the zebra's birthday, but he's having a full-blown midlife crisis because apparently turning 10 is traumatic for zebras. Alex isn't really helping, as he really just makes things worse. He is pretty self-centered, so his gift to Marty is just a snow globe from his own merch store. Marty's crisis is basically just about not really having anything to do in the zoo. He is bored and wants to live a more meaningful life. Meanwhile, Alex the lion is basically a celebrity. He wakes up, blows kisses at tourists, poses for cameras. Bro is literally Zoo Kardashian. He's doing meet and greets, signing autographs, and performing like he's headlining Broadway. This lion thinks he's Beyonce. Gloria, the hippo, is just vibing, minding her own business, radiating mom-friend energy while everyone else is mentally unstable. And then there's Melman. Melman the giraffe is terminally ill, according to Melman the giraffe. This man has every disease known to the WebMD and at least 3 that don't exist. He's like, my blood pressure is low, my cholesterol is high, my spine is crooked. Also, I'm dying. Sir, you stubbed your toe. Calm down. As I said, they all live the influencer lifestyle, as apparently everyone that visits the zoo in New York has to take a picture of all the animals and post it online. Anyway, the penguins are digging a hole under the zoo like they're planning a heist, and they come out at Marty's enclosure. They tell him they want to be free as they don't belong there, and he decides he wants to be free too. He has no idea what that means, but he saw grass in the commercial one time, and now he's ready to risk it all. The gang celebrates Marty's birthday after the zoo closes. They had a cake for him, and when he blew it out, he wished that he can go to the wild. The others completely freak out, as they are just happy at the zoo. They all have everything they could ever wish for, and they don't know anything else. They all go back to their enclosure, except Alex, who got told to talk with him. He's like, buddy, why would you leave? Here got food, fans, and safety. And Marty is like, I want adventure. Alex, adventure? That doesn't come with seasoning. Alex tries to convince him to stay, but Marty still has that wish inside him and even suggests him that they can go together. But Alex is happy in the zoo, so he doesn't want to go. So Marty has already activated his zebra in crisis mode, so of course he sneaks out of the zoo at night like a teenager running away from home to go to a concert. So he sneaks out of the zoo and goes straight into the heart of New York City, like he's doing a solo speedrun of bad decisions. He walks through the city with the confidence of someone who has never paid rent in his life. Meanwhile, Alex gets woken up by Melman, who realizes their emotionally unstable best friend is missing, and immediately they go feral. Gloria, Alex, and Melman leave the zoo, even though Melman is absolutely not built for cardio. He makes it 5 steps outside the zoo and already needs medical attention. Then, the gang takes the train and obviously everyone panics. As well, there is a lion in the subway. But then the city notices Marty. And let me tell you, New Yorkers will ignore a UFO, a celebrity breakup, and a rat eating pizza. But a zebra on 42nd Street? Suddenly it's DEFCON 1. They all end up in a central station where Alex tackles Marty to the ground after getting beat up by an old woman with her purse. Alex is like, what were you thinking? We need to go home. And Marty's like, I wanted to live. To live! The police shows up instantly because apparently animal escapees get faster response time than actual crimes. And then they all get tranquilized. We cut to some weird music, but the gang just weirdly dancing. So after everyone gets tranquilized, like they're being pre-ordered for Amazon Prime delivery, they wake up inside wooden crates, first in the zoo, but then on a cargo ship headed somewhere, probably a nice farm upstairs, which we all know is movie code for don't ask questions. Alex wakes up first and immediately starts screaming again. His character arc is just hungry and yelling. He's banging on the crate like a lion trying to cancel his zoo subscription. Meanwhile, Marty is chill. He's like, oh wow, an adventure. I love enclosed wooden boxes. Sir, please. Gloria is the only one with brain cells, trying to calm everyone down. Melman, of course, wakes up listing his symptoms again. Guys, I think I have crate poisoning. No, you don't, Melman. You're just anxious and tall. I just need to add, like, how does the light come into Gloria's box? There is no way that it could shine in like that, as Alex's box is on top of hers. Anyway. But then, the real heroes of the story arrive, the penguins. These 4 birds have been tunneling out of the zoo like Shawshank Redemption, and now they are inside the ship conducting a full, covered military operation. Then I got 2 boatmen and override the boat's autopilot. Skipper, what do we do? We're taking the ship to Antarctica, because of course they are. They hijack the entire boat. A group of penguins commit maritime terrorism and successfully overthrow an entire crew. And no one questions how or why. Sure. The gang argues about whose fault all this is, and they break the ropes that were holding them in place. Also, during all this chaos and the force of turning the ship around, the crates containing our main cast get knocked off and drift into the ocean like 4 pieces of discarded furniture. And then Alex is absolutely losing it, and somehow none of them drowned, even with those movie silence holes in the crates. Alex washes ashore onto Madagascar, and the moment he steps out, he's like, why is the water touching me? Bro hates nature more than a city pigeon. He walks the entire night to find his friends, and eventually, they also get washed ashore. And just like that, the entire squad has accidentally emigrated to an entire island. So, our 4 New Yorkers crawl out of their crates, see an entire island in front of them, and immediately start arguing like a dysfunctional family on vacation. Alex is panicking because the island is not Manhattan, Marty is thriving because this isn't Manhattan, Gloria is dragging everyone to behave, and Melvin is already diagnosing himself with tropical leaf fungus. Alex is still trying to kill Marty because Alex's reputation is ruined, so it's still all about Alex. But then they somehow hear party music from inside the jungle. They run towards it, expecting, well, people, but they find King Julien the 13th. Half lemur, half showman, 100% ADHD. The lemurs throw a giant EDM rave in the jungle because apparently that's how they greet strangers. Well, our crew steps in at the perfect moment. The Fossa wanted to eat all the lemurs, but since Alex is a lion, they are scared of him, so they run away. King Julien is accompanied by Maurice, a lemur who has the permanent expression of a man who's too old for this nonsense and has been babysitting King Julien since the dawn of time. And the both of them are accompanied by Mort, a retarded little lemur who just wants to touch the king's feet more than everything else in the whole world. I mean, who could blame him? Am I right? Julien immediately warms up to Alex, because Alex is a lion. And in Julien's mind, Big Kitty means no more predators eating us. Perfect. Julien essentially tries to hire Alex as a free security. He's like, you like to move it? Yes? Come on, go move it over by the Fossa so I can stop dying every Tuesday. Alex is having an existential crisis in the corner. Marty is having the time of his life. Melman is confused by the jungle and also, well, he just wants to die. And Gloria is judging all of them equally while also feeling the existential dread. They still argue with each other about, well, their state of being, and Alex draws an imaginary line for the 3 of them and Marty, as he doesn't want to be on the same side as Marty. But, well, everything goes wrong for the 3 of them, and Marty is living his best life on his side. And after Alex's recreation of the Statue of Liberty, and it burned down, Gloria and Melman joined Marty. Alex, though, he stayed behind on his side. Then Marty talks to him, and he decides to also join the fun side. Everything seems mostly okay, until Alex gets hungry. Well, the problem is that they all don't know where steak comes from. And suddenly, Alex starts looking at Marty like he's a walking steak. He's hallucinating food, really dreaming about it, and licking and biting Marty. The gang really doesn't realize the thing, and they all just keep going as if nothing happened. So after the lemurs finish their first big EDM set, they realize they need to keep their new giant freak protectors comfortable. So this leads the lemurs to building the gang luxury accommodation in the jungle. So the lemurs build them this bed, and they wake up in the middle of nowhere. This is really just the whole wild. And they're in the wild. Really, they can just do everything they have ever wanted. And then it escalates pretty fast. While Alex is doing his show, everything changes. 1 minute he's your friendly neighborhood zoo influencer, and the next he's staring at all of the lemurs like, you are walking, talking, ribeye. He starts hallucinating everything as food. Marty turns into steak, and every lemur at the party is also steak. This man is tripping. He bites into Marty's butt again, but this time a bit stronger. But since it's a kids movie, he doesn't really hurt him. Marty, bless his optimistic zero soul, tries to stay positive. Alex, buddy, I know you're hungry, but we're friends, right? And Alex is like, I want steak. And then Alex tries to eat Marty's butt, like he's doing quality control at the butcher's shop. Marty sprints away screaming, this is not the friendship I've ordered. And honestly, that's valid. After a short chase, Alex finally realizes he's gone full carnivore mode and has a meltdown, dramatically exiling himself like he's staring in Lion King 1.5. He trudges off onto the abandoned side of the island to the Fossa, where he spends the night contemplating his life choices and probably crying into some seaweed. And he builds himself a fort. Then the gang has an argument about who has to help who, but they forgive each other for everything. Meanwhile, the penguins roll back onto the plot like the chaotic gremlins they are. Turns out they did make it to Antarctica and instantly hated it. I mean, sure. They're sharp like, yeah, no, the South Pole sucks. Everything's ice, no sidewalks, no coffee. So they came back to Madagascar because it's sunny there. Marty, feeling guilty and wanting to help Alex, sneaks off to check on him. Which is adorable, but also very stupid, because Alex is still in his I will eat anything with hooves mode. Alex refuses food, refuses friendship, and refuses to stop being dramatic. He's like, go on without me, I'm a monster. Bro, relax, you bit one zebra's cheeks. Therapy exists. Marty still believes in the good things, and he thinks friendship is stronger than hunger. Everything is going downhill fast. So, while Alex is soaking in his little emo lion cave, Marty wants to start their song. So they can sing together, and it maybe helps Alex concentrate on something else than his hunger. It didn't work, but the Fossa are now here and chase Marty. They want to eat him obviously, but not without the gang interfering. So they rescue Marty from being eaten alive. The penguins join in, also trying to stop the Fossa. But then, Alex comes and tells them that it's his kill. Plot twist. He's just playing. He's just pretending to still be possessed. Julien immediately tries to act like he planned this. Of course he did, yeah, sure. Yes, this was my idea all along. We love Big Kitty. The Fossa retreat, terrified and traumatized. And then the penguins complete the story by showing up with actual fish, so Alex finally gets something to eat that isn't his friends. Everyone cheers for Alex, who's now officially entering his good lion arc. Balance restored, peace achieved, nobody gets eaten today. Julien gives his dramatic speech about unity and bravery, but then immediately ruins it by giving Alex his head as a souvenir. The squad gets excited. Great, we can go home. And in perfect DreamWorks fashion, The movie ends right there. Alright, next time, Titanic. The movie where romance blooms, the ship doesn't, and everyone still argues about that damn door. Get ready for floating, freezing, and emotional damage. Yay! Well, yeah, that wraps up that awfully long movie. Hope you enjoyed and let me know what movie you want to see in the future. Alright, that's it for now. If you like this disaster of a recap, feel free to click some buttons, or don't. I'm not your dad, so that YouTube knows that my videos are worth watching. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.